Hello, friends. It's Suzanne here. Today I'm not going to feature any stamp sets, but I am featuring the embossing folders, the woodland embossing folder, and the Christmas stockings framelit dies. And I'm sort of doing a partial die cutting here, and I'm using glitter paper to create a word that says Noel. Now, normally this would cut completely out, but because of the way I put it in my big shot, it is only sort of partially cut. So I had to go in there with my craft knife, and eventually, with a little bit of finagling, I ended up getting just the word Noel sticking out of that glitter paper. So I'm also using the square framelit dies and cutting this piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, and I'm going to be cutting it twice so that I can create a rectangle, and it just sort of fits right in there. I kind of just jig it a bit, and then I can sort of feel where it locks, and then tape it down with a bit of washi tape and run that through the big shot to create my rectangle that I'm wanting. So basically I'm creating a full card, shaker card. So here's my frame, and I'm going to use the softly falling embossing folder for this one. So we've got the woodlands in the background, and we've got the softly falling in for the frame piece. And now I'm just adhering the glitter paper Noel, and I'm going to cut off the excess. And eventually, once I have that all perfectly lined up, I will be adding some fast fuse. And I would recommend fast fuse on this for sure. And I am putting it, in the corners and getting it everywhere. So this is a piece of acetate. I just have the little wax papery sheet that comes with so that I don't have fingerprints on it. But I am going to liberally coat it with my embossing buddy, trying especially in the window part. So I'm using my fine tip glue pen just a little bit along those little tree branches. I want the little tree branches to stick with a little bit of glitter. So here I am adding my dazzling diamonds. And again, I sort of keep it in a little tub like I do my embossing folder. It's way easier to clean up and contain, even though I usually get it everywhere. So I have the, what are they called? The foam strips for shaker cards here, and love them. I'm really butting the edges up, the corners up, to make sure that it will contain all my shaker bits. And I also put it on the edges as well. So here I go with the embossing buddy again, just making sure that the I don't have any static or any cling to the actual acetate, because this is my second attempt at this card, and I wanted to do a white on white on white kind of a card. And I found that the glitter that I put in here is really staticky. So I'm trying to reduce and eliminate as much static as I can. So here you can see that I'm putting the card base to my shaker well, if you will. And there it is, white on white on white. And then I looked at it and I'm like, okay, it's a little too white. So I had to put some silver in it. And I think the silver was just the right touch. So I just did, I sort of slipped it underneath the shaker area. And I was glad that so it's not around the entire card, it's just sort of around that shaker part. So you don't see the ribbon from the inside, in other words. So just a really nice tight square knot, trimming off the little bits. And there we go. There's the shaker card for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On the screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Thanks again for watching.